Good morning, South High School seniors. This is Mr. Formalo, your school principal, and coming to you today to talk with you about college and career readiness. As ninth, 10th, and 11th graders are working in STAR 360 testing for reading and math over the next 2 days, we wanted to provide you this opportunity to work through preparing for your next steps after graduation. So we're just finishing up our 7th semester here in a few days and starting your 8th and final semester as high school students. So there's a lot that comes with that, especially a lot of reflection and planning on your part to be prepared for that transition into adulthood, regardless of what your next step is going to be. It may be direct entry into employment, it may be enrolling and signing with a branch of our military, or applying for and getting accepted to a 2-year or 4-year college to further your academic studies to prepare you for different types of career opportunities that are out there. But ultimately, whatever we're going to be doing after graduation will eventually lead to some type of career or employment. So I do have a presentation put together for us that will allow us to walk through that college and career readiness report card. And in order to do so, we will need to have the following things with you currently. So to understand and follow along, you'll need to have your personal college and career readiness printout. Your advisor should have provided that to you. If you don't have one, please check in with your school counselor or with myself in the main office, and we can work through this at a later time. You should also have been provided to you then a college or career readiness criteria, which was set by the Sheboygan Area School District, and it will give you a list of indicators that will determine your career readiness, college readiness, and or both. So as I had mentioned just a second ago in terms of where are we in life's journey, it's really kind of a tricky year for seniors, right? This is the time of year where anxiety starts to spike up a little bit because we start to see the inevitable. We're ending our 7th semester, we're entering into our final semester of high school, and the reality starts to kind of set in that we're going to be pushed out of the nest here pretty quickly. The public education nest is not going to be afforded to us after June. So how prepared are you? And it's a tricky place because you still want to be a high school student and do the things that high school students do. You're probably still involved with some activities and athletics and doing the social things that are provided by the high schools as we continue through the end of the year. But a lot of these opportunities that will be coming up for you as a senior is just a beginning of kind of closing out this chapter of your adolescent pre-adult life. And you're going to start leaning to the other side of the road, which is kind of the unknown for you, and it's how prepared are you for it? So when we think about that concept of where are you in your preparation, are you looking at your time after high school, or when you get to a graduation, are you reflecting on just hoping that this is a leap of faith, that you're going to graduate and things are going to magically appear for you, and hope that, if you're a fish, as in this image, that you're going to land in water somewhere else? Or do you know that your leap is very calculated and prepared, that you're ready to go, you have a very narrow target on what you're hoping will be? Now, we understand that targets and goals change, but how prepared are you for navigating this world of adulthood? Do you feel or believe that you're career ready? Do you believe or feel that you're college ready? And we're going to take an opportunity to work through some documents that might give you some indicators as to how prepared you might be based on how your high school experience has gone. Could help you make some decisions about maybe some opportunities you want to take advantage of this next semester, and then start to think about, based on what this college or career readiness indicator is telling me, there might be some things that I'll have to do or be prepared for, have additional skills to be successful in those endeavors after high school. So this is an example of what your college or career readiness printout will look like, and an example of what your SASD college or career report card indicator form is. So I do want to take some time to go into those into a little bit more detail, so that you're aware of what we would say as a Sheboygan Area School District would indicate you're career ready or college ready. So when we look at them specifically, to be career ready, you need to meet at least 2 of the career ready indicators. And to be college ready, the indicators are a 2.8 GPA and 1 or more of the college indicators. So to be college and career ready, it's obviously meeting 2 of the career ready, but also the college ready benchmarks as well. So to be career ready, what we have found through research is that students who have been successful in landing a full-time job where you'd be getting benefits and maybe some retirement packages. We're not talking about part-time work at like a Target or a fast food restaurant. We're talking gainful employment. Maybe it is at Target, but it would be in a full-time capacity, or maybe it would be at a fast food restaurant, but in a full-time capacity. So have you met the indicator of 90% attendance? Have you attended school 90% of all possible days available? Have you completed 25 hours of community service or participated in workplace learning? Have an industrial credential or participated in any of our pathway dual credit classes? And then the last and final indicator would be if you've been involved in 2 or more co-curricular activities between the grades of 9th through 12th grade. When we look at college level indicators, really to be successful in completing a 2-year or 4-year program, that your best case scenario is that you've earned a 2.8 GPA over your course of your high school career, have participated in some type of an advanced standing CAP or AP class, or have done some other type of dual credit college course. And a really good indicator is how well you did in advanced algebra. So these are some indicators that we'll be looking at as we work through it. The other college readiness assessment piece is that you might have just met your college or career readiness by how well you have done on the ACT for the 4-year. These are the scores in the 4 core areas. If you've scored in that range, they would say you're college ready, and the same for 2-year. But just meeting the assessment piece of it through the ACT doesn't necessarily guarantee your success in college based on the research. So when we look at your report score, you're going to see 3 columns. There's going to be a career ready column, a college ready column, and a career and college met column. So when you look under the career ready column, what you're looking for is to have a 1 at the top. If it's a 0, it's saying that you haven't met the criteria to be career ready in either career ready, college ready, and of course you need to have a 1 in both the career and college ready to be college and career ready. So when you look through and look at kind of the abbreviations that are there, the first column makes sense in terms of your attendance. But when we're looking at that bottom part of career ready, and we're looking at that, so that CSH, right, would be community service hours. And then the WLE, I believe, is workplace learning. IC is industrial credential. DCCPC is dual credit pathway. And then when you look over under college ready, the definitions for AS, CAP, AP, that's specific to those college type courses, or a dual credit career pathway course. So the abbreviations follow exactly what you're looking at in order on your SASD career readiness report card. So that should help you when you're looking at the score. So when we look at it for this student, they are career ready because they've participated in a dual credit course. They've also been in 2 or more activities in high school. When we look at their college ready indicator, while they didn't meet it for the assessments, right? They haven't done very well on the ACT in many of the areas, but they're still being determined as college ready because they've maintained that GPA of a 2.8 or higher and have taken advanced standing CAP or AP courses. So your assessment scores don't mean everything, right? The ACT might be an indicator to get in, but colleges also know that in order for you to be successful at that institution, there are other factors that take place. So while your ACT score might be low, it does not rule out the fact that you could still be college ready and go on to a 2-year or a 4-year school. So when we look at this person's piece where you see the PGF survey over here, this is an indicator that they are seeking employment. So this person is saying, I want to go into direct entry into the career. So they have definitely met the preparatory pieces they need to be successful in direct employment. Another example that we have here is another individual who chose direct employment, but they've met the college ready benchmark because they have the GPA and have taken advanced algebra and passed it, but their career ready indicators haven't been very good. So they haven't participated in some of those career ready pieces. Now I know that some of this might seem like, well, where are we getting these community service hours or entering these things in? Some of these things aren't quite there, but at least we can look at this to reflect on the steps that we need to have in order to meet that self-defined plan. So in your advisory today and Thursday, discuss and review your college or career readiness status. Discuss and plan where you may improve or complete some of these steps. This discussion will continue next week, where more resources will, not next week, on Thursday, where more resources will be provided to assist you with your transition to life. And next week, counselors will be stepping in to do some more stuff with you about what you're going to do. So some initial plans that I can think is if you start thinking about maybe the dual credit, the AP CAP type pieces, if you're looking at 2-year and 4-year, we have plenty of courses next semester, semester-based courses that are college level classes that you might want to consider taking to help fulfill that requirement of being college ready, but also just getting a feel for what it might be for that endeavor. If you're looking at career readiness, then we have plenty of opportunities with co-ops and job shadows and other opportunities second semester that you may want to consider taking advantage of as you start stepping off the center line, moving away from high school and moving into your adulthood. So when we're looking out there and thinking about your next step and looking at this college and career readiness information in a meaningful way, when you ask the question of, are you ready? How ready do you feel for your next step on your life journey? Thank you for taking the time to work through this video, and I look forward to seeing the work that you do next on Thursday when we work through those resources that will be provided. Thank you.